What's up, guys? Today we're taking a look at the 4 Starhenge dungeons. I'll be showing you the mechanics in each room of each of the dungeons and how to deal with them. I'll be running on easy mode, but keep in mind that on easy, normal, hard, and extreme, they all have the same mechanics. This is just to show you what each of them are. So we're going to start off with Memory of War. You'll zone into the first room here, where you'll be fighting off against a mini boss kind of named Galt with 1 wave of ads. Once you get him low enough, for after a set amount of time, a second wave of ads will spawn, and you'll see an Iron Eagle Gladiator running towards the front of the room. Once he reaches the front of the room, he'll start casting an ability. If he finishes casting that ability, he'll fire missiles on you. So make sure you're killing him before he gets to the front of the room. In the second room, you'll be fighting another warrior named Galt, and he does a few basic warrior attacks, nothing special. As you can see here, you just need to simply move out of the way of each of them. Once you get his health low enough though, he'll gain Fire Lord type abilities, where he will summon like a volcano, or he'll shoot out waves of fire at you that once again, you'll simply just have to move out of the way of to dodge. It's pretty straightforward. Now in this form, he has 2 special abilities. The first one, he'll start to channel for a brief amount of time, and then he'll jump up in the air and leap at you, and if you don't iframe it, it will one-shot you. His second ability, he will radiate some red circles outwards from him that you'll either need to iframe through again, or simply use a movement cooldown to pass through them. In the third room, you'll fight some more trash mobs. Nothing special here. There'll be a bot that runs at you that explodes, so you'll just have to run away from that. Finally, the last boss is Gilad. You'll see he does an attack, the first one there, where it'll suck you in and you'll have to use a movement cooldown to dodge out of it and not take damage. He does a few other basic attacks, a spin, some slashes, a kick, and then this one right here, you'll need to jump over to avoid getting stunned. Now, his 2 special attacks are this first one here with the pillars. Once he finishes casting, he'll one-shot you, so you either need to iframe it like that, or do the mechanic, which requires you to jump onto the red, the orange, and then finally the green platform, making you take less damage for each one you get to, and the green causing you to take no damage. His second special attack is just a line of swords that he summons, and you just have to move behind it to avoid the damage. Now onto Memory of Annihilation. Once again, we'll start out in the first room with just a couple ads that we'll have to kill. But once you kill the ads, it will summon the boss. Now, every time the boss hits you with a fire attack, it'll put a debuff on you that's ticking fire damage that you'll have to run into this water pool to cleanse. She's got a few different fire attacks, the flame spear, some fireballs, the big AoE fireball that leaves it on the ground, but they're pretty easy to dodge. Once you get her low enough, under 10 health bars, she'll start summoning a room-wide fire AoE that will kill you if you don't kill her quick enough. In the second room, you'll fight Dermot, where you can see he summons some light lines. He'll do an AoE here that sucks you in, so you'll have to run out when he's done doing that so you don't take damage. And then he'll summon 4 blades. Now these blades are killable, and if you kill them, they'll stop doing their special attacks. Their special attacks are the white one, which will summon a white beam of light. The yellow one summons a line that you'll have to jump over or iframe through. The blue one summons a tall blue line that will follow you around, so you'll have to run away from. And finally, the red sword will summon 3 lines of spikes outward that you'll have to dodge as well. Dermot does a couple basic attacks, but nothing special. Third room, you'll fight Karn. Again, nothing special from this guy. He does a few basic warrior attacks. He'll berserk like that, causing you to take more damage from his attacks, but he'll slowly be ticking and losing health. In the fourth room, you'll fight an ice mage named Bren. Now, Bren doesn't do anything special either. He has a ton of different ice attacks, as you'll see here. I'll show most of them off, but they're all pretty easy to dodge. Not really anything special about them. That one will follow you around. I'm not sure what the little ice butterfly does. He just kind of follows you around as well, but yeah, he just kind of spams a bunch of ice stuff that you just have to run away from. Finally, we get to the last boss, Abelard. Here he'll summon a few different spheres, as you'll see. First, the orange spheres that will follow you and then detonate once they reach you. He's got some purple spheres here that you'll either have to iframe through, jump over, or run away from. Blue spheres, which these are the key here to removing his shield. His shield makes it so he takes far less damage, but if you cause the blue orbs to explode on him, it will remove the shield, allowing you to damage him. The red orbs will heal him up over time, so make sure you kill those as quick as possible as well. Throughout the fight, he'll start to summon more and more beams around the room and it'll become much more chaotic. You'll simply have to jump over these beams, dodge them, work your way around while doing all of the basic mechanics as well. He does a couple special attacks, nothing fancy. You'll see a big AoE there, a couple AoEs here and there, but other than that, it's not too difficult. As long as you're popping the blue orbs on him and removing his shield, you're good to go. The third dungeon that you'll do is Belladona Manor. In the first room, you'll fight Majestra. She could summon tons of zombies to attack you. She'll throw some blades out that'll fly out and back in, you'll have to dodge. She could power up her 2 main zombies that'll chase after you and cause her to heal for a large amount of health over time. And she'll summon some giant boots that'll come crashing down that you'll have to move away from for a few seconds. In the second room, you'll fight the crazy blue witch Eerie. She has a normal blue bear that's out called Stuffins that'll chase after you for the whole fight. But she can also summon these yellow bears in a couple different ways that you'll have to simply dodge and move away from. Most of the bear attacks are pretty easy to dodge. Her only one you have to worry about is where she flies up in the air and goes to the middle of the room. She'll summon a ton of spiked balls that'll kill you if you stay out. So you need to move to the middle in the yellow circle where you'll gain invulnerability and you won't take any damage. The final boss, Belladonna, will do a special melee attack that will root you in place after a couple slowed seconds, and then she'll channel on you, causing you to fall over. Her other 2 main attacks are a charge attack, where she'll leave fire on the ground that explodes in her wake, and large purple balls that she'll cause to diverge and then converge on you and will silence you if you get hit. She can combo these abilities together, so you have to be careful. Her first special ability is a countdown timer that you'll see above your head and has an audio cue that you'll have to iframe at the last second to not get one shot. Her second special attack, she'll also fly to the middle of the room and cause the room to change colors. You'll have to run into an orange puddle to avoid getting poisoned and dying to the poison. The fourth and final dungeon is the Perumagion Pathway. In the first room, once again, we'll just have to fight our way through some simple trash mobs, but when you kill the ghost sentinels, you'll notice a giant blue circle that falls on the ground, which will come into play much later in the dungeon on the final boss. In the second room, you'll fight the first boss, the Jester King. He'll summon 5 miniature copies of himself that do the exact same attack that he does. They're not too lethal, but you can kill them. Even though they're just a minor annoyance, I recommend killing them so you don't have to deal with it. His first special attack he does is he'll summon large purple balls on the outside or inside of the room. These balls, again, are also a large annoyance. They'll simply slowly you as you go near them, but you can kill them, making it easier to handle. He will summon them along the inside of the room as well, another reason that you'll want to kill the miniature versions of him and the balls so they don't stack up and start to annoy you. His main special attack, he'll go to the middle of the room, summon a large room-wide AoE that you can iframe or jump in the middle of his body to avoid all damage from. The third room is more trash, but with some mini-bosses. Nothing special here, they'll just do a white, large beam that you'll either have to move far enough away from or move underneath them to avoid the damage. In the fourth room, you'll fight Nezzer. Nezzer's a tricky one. He has a couple normal attacks, which you'll see here, a laser beam, and then he has another one where he summons 2 smaller beams where he'll fire in front of him, and then he'll do a 180 and turn to face you. So make sure you're not standing behind him when he does that. His 2 main special attacks, though, are Windstorm, which is a room-wide AoE. You'll need to move into an orange puddle to avoid taking damage. And the second one you have here is Terrible Gaze. Now, this is a tough one. I haven't quite figured out how to deal with it. It does a petrify after the timer above its head finishes. These things along the outside of the room seem to have something to do with it. Sometimes it seems if you stand behind him, you're less likely to get petrified. But even when I stood in front of him here, I didn't get petrified as well. So it's a little tricky one. You can't iframe it, so just kind of work with that. The fifth room is more ads. You simply have to kill these, clean them up, and you can go to the final boss. Now, the last boss, Kritika, has simple jump attacks or large AoEs, nothing special. His main attack is Gathering Power. He'll charge up in the middle of the room, and then he'll do 5 consecutive room-wide AoEs that will kill you if you don't iframe them. So you'll have to iframe 5 AoEs in a row. Now, a lot of classes won't be able to do that, so I'll talk about that in a second. Once he does his 5 smashes, he'll do 1 large smash you'll have to jump over, and he'll summon rocks on the ground that explode afterwards. Now, to handle the 5 consecutive smashes, the easiest way is to kill the sentinels around the room. Every sentinel you kill will reduce his smashes by 1. So by killing all 4 sentinels, he'll only do 1 total smash. Now the other tricky part you could do is, as I mentioned the blue circles before, they do cause an invuln, so you can try to use an invuln for each smash as well. So that does it for the Starhenge dungeon guide. If you guys are confused about anything or you have any questions about any of the mechanics, please leave them in the comment section down below and I'll be glad to answer. Until next time, I'll see you guys later.